Right, just a quick video to talk about working off photographs and how I tackle working off photographs. It's basically, when you work off a photograph, a lot just work off the photograph without thinking how the camera actually sees things compared to how the human eye would see them. Basically, you get the odd case where the sun's behind you and you take a photograph and it comes out mostly right, except you'll still have very dark areas in where the light is casting shadows, and you won't get detail in them areas the way cameras' exposures work. That's why they've developed and worked out with digital HDR photography, which is good, but still not fantastic for what you'd want to do with painting. Basically what I do, for this I've worked off a few different photos for the castle and stuff like that, but what I'll explain is basically on the plane at the moment, which is where I'm working at the moment. You'll get a photograph and your camera will either expose for dark areas and you'll get all the detail in the dark area, and the light areas will get blown out, you'll lose detail in them, and you'll have whites that'll be blown out and the detail will have gone. Like in this case, you'd lose some of the detail at the top area for painting, which some people paint it that way and it looks okay, but can be done other ways. And the other extreme is you'll expose the light area, which you'll get all your detail in your cloud, and in the light areas you'll have brilliant details, but then the dark area will lose everything, which in photography they call it crushed blacks for the dark areas, or blown highlights for the light areas. And to combat this, I alter a decent photo in Photoshop. I'll bring all the light up on it so I can see the detail in the dark areas. Like this one, it's not ideal because my ink run out on my printer, but it brings up all the details underneath, so I could see what I was painting underneath. It's still in the dark, but you bring the details out better so you can see them, and then you can paint the light areas normal. Same with the light areas, you darken it down, you lose your detail in the dark areas, but you'd have what you can see in the light areas, and it gets more towards how the human eye would see it rather than the camera would see it. And that basically is where I'm coming from with it. Basically painting from photos, the human eye doesn't see, the camera doesn't see things as the human eye would. So you need to account for that in Photoshop. And if you're struggling with dark areas, lighten them. Or if you're struggling with light areas, darken them down. And it gives a more overall pleasing effect.